Hey everybody, Arthur here with another unboxing video. Today we have the Marvel Legends series Uncanny X-Men Silver Samurai, and this is from the 80 years vintage wave. And this packaging is almost too beautiful to be hacking up and removing the figure out of, but there is a way to get him out of there without totally mangling the package, which I will show you the tips and tricks if you guys watch throughout this review. So it comes in this awesome carded packaging, and I had the original Silver Samurai back in the day as a kid. I loved it. It was actually chromed out. The armor and helmet with like the shoulder pads and the helmet were one piece that could actually be removed to reveal his face and everything. It was awesome, and I really like the artwork. Looks great. Now keep in mind, there are some variants out there. Instead of saying Silver Samurai, it stops right there and it says Silver Sam. So some got Silver Sam, some got Silver Samurai. But also, I got to give a huge shout out to Hasbro. Sure, some of you guys might think I had the worst luck at times, but I ended up getting this from Pulse. And when I was looking at it, I was about to do a review. I'm like, wait a second. It was missing the wakizashi. And I was like, are you kidding me? It's not even open. It's missing a blade. So I called Hasbro because they have a customer service number. Called them. They took care of it. And then they emailed me and just said, hey, the alternate one just give away to charity, which I just reached out to the collecting group I'm part of, whoever needed it. I told them, hey, it's missing a sword. I'm going to mail it to them. You know, Hasbro gave me a replacement, so I don't need the other one. So I'm just going to ship it to that fellow collector free of charge. Just there you go. That's my donation. I'm not making any money off of it. And another collector can have a Silver Samurai for their collection. So packaging is fantastic. On the back we got a little bit of an old school drawing image, you know, modernized, sort of like what we would have saw back then. And we got some read up information as well, so feel free to pause it and read that. Then we got the rest of the wave, and as you guys are familiar with, if you watch my reviews, I am collecting the X-Men so I can have a nice Jim Lee X-Men shelf. So I did pick up Storm. I passed on this Wolverine. I picked up Dazzler because I wanted this style of a Dazzler. And then I got the Iceman, which we'll get into that when I review him, Silver Samurai. And I was going to get Cyclops, but I have so many Cyclopses and I really only care about really the Jim Lee one. Hate to say it. So I ended up canceling out my pre-order for that because I didn't really feel the need. And especially the optical effects, they just weren't what I was expecting. Like, he never just stands there with like little energy eyelashes just curling up out of there consistently. It's weird. And then I didn't like how this plugged into the visor, and then when you didn't use it, it had a big gaping hole. So I don't know. I'm glad I sort of waited on that one and decided to pass. But let's get Silver Samurai out of the pack. Silver Samurai out of the package is amazing. He is a beefy looking figure and looks sexy. I love it. Straight out of the package, I am super stoked. And he does come with only 2 accessories, and I'm going to bring these out here. He does have his katana and wakizashi. You can see the sculpted detail in the handles. Looks so good. Looks so good. And then we get the the hand guards and everything, and then we even get, I think it's because of the mold, but it works, those little spots where the blade actually inserts. It looks great. Like, it looks fantastic. Now a lot of you might be seeing the katana and been like, man, we got tons of katanas, we've seen them before. Well, this one is definitely brand new. This is a brand new katana. We have not seen it before, because if you're thinking it came with Typhoid Mary, you are wrong. You can see they're similar, but they're not the same. The handguards are different. The length is different. So the sword is not Typhoid Mary's. Oh, is it like the other ones that we got, like Deadpool and stuff? No. All different. So that's awesome that we got some more unique swords, because I don't know, when they put the love into these handles and the grippings and stuff on them, like, it just makes the world of difference to have variety of these. And they look nice. Look so good. I don't even care if they're cast in the same color plastic as the handguard. It's still a nice sword. The figure up close looks great. The attention to detail to the samurai armor is just so good. I mean, I'm going to sit here and say it's so good 50 million times. It is a amazing looking piece. The roping between the pieces of armor are individually painted. You got the rivets, rising sun on the chest. Different color plastic for this, but that's okay. Tons of detail. Even this helmet, like, you gotta watch out. Sometimes this stuff isn't completely straight, but his eyes and everything, they look great. Looks a little bit of overspray of the red on here, but this little crest is straight as it can be. Armor is the same color as the belt right here because they're separate pieces, which I think it works when you're separating color of plastics. When you start doing that instead of it being painted and stuff like this, as long as these balance it out, I'm okay with that. His helmet looks great. Flipping him around, he does have some red paint on the back, and normally I'd be like, oh no, he needs to be completely silver, but it's not the case. I mean, I'm okay with it. Maybe he forgot to clean off his armor after he done battle with somebody. I mean, it's okay. I'm okay with it. And got the little ties up there. It's awesome. The wrinkles in the cloth, his hand guards. Like I said, I had the original first version of Silver Samurai to ever be released, and I'm okay with it. Even a little bit of looks like some paint might be worn off or missing up on his collar there. I'm okay with it. Definitely okay. A little bit of smear there. So paint, you just got to find one that works for you, and I'm okay with this. It's got some cool silver like shin guards and stuff with some donuts right there. The silver donut. Big old feet. I wish they would have continued with some of the plating. I wish they would have put just a little square of plate armor on top of that foot so it just doesn't look like he's wearing some moon boots. That would have been okay. But or dig it, get the toe out there, give him some sort of sandal look. I don't know. It's still an awesome figure. I'm just nitpicking or giving some suggestions that I would have liked to have seen. Would have liked to see in full scabbards instead of sword insert, like little 8 there. I would have liked to actually see the full scabbards, but that would have been no, they could have done that. I mean, they could have made these bigger, packaged the scabbards separately, and you could have slid the scabbards through. Definitely would have been okay with that. So articulation wise, this guy's big and he has some weight to it, almost like he could have been a Build-A-Figure. I kid you not, he could have been a Build-A-Figure. Articulation wise, he can only look down that far, and he can look up that far. His helmet and everything restricts everything he wants to do, and that's unfortunate because, I'd like for him to look down a little bit more. Like looking up, I understand you got this back piece, but whatever. Looks left and right, and paint underneath, not too clean, but you can tell it's flesh under there. But other than that, like, I don't care. You're not really going to be up close and be like, oh man, that light airbrushing in there, that looks like poop. It looks like poop in there. No. You're going to look at this figure and be like, this figure's disgustingly awesome. Then he has arm articulation. Shoulder pads do not stop it. Bicep swivel, guys. Look at that. Double jointed elbow on that meaty arm. Wrist rotation. And guess what? His wrist articulation on both hands goes the way it should be for a sword wielder. Look at that. So I'm pretty stoked with that type of articulation. Then he has this nice, I wish a lot of the figures did this because look how far back he can go. He can look back and then he can look forward. So see if I can do it all in one shot. Back, forward. Looks very nice, natural. He can shift it left and right. His armor isn't getting in the way. Very well designed and tooled figure for that type of articulation. He does have the waist swivel, which gives him the bookshelf hips. Then we get his belt. This is flaps. Wish it was a little bit more pliable, but it's not bad. And then he can do pretty much the Van Damme thigh cuts. And then he does kick up that far. It's getting a little bit hindrance from that. Double jointed knee. Then he has like boot swivel where the armor is. Ankle bend and pivot. Like, this guy has a lot of articulation for such a big figure. He is a nice size figure for sure. Then we have his sword placement, and this makes it a little bit difficult to be 100% samurai accurate, as they always had the katana more of, I guess it was technically up here, because the katana, you wanted to be able to pull it out quick, and then the wakizashi is usually down here, but not like so. The wakizashi usually went up at an angle, and then the katana went straight. So these aren't accurate to the Japanese samurai placement. You could probably customize it and do it yourself, but yeah, you needed these to be set up to where quick access, like the katana's shorter, get out there quicker, but their main was always the wakizashi. So if you're trying to place it out, this would probably be the more accurate placing. If you're trying to do it as close to the samurai setup as it originally should have been. I love the fact that I can pose him up, hand on another sword, other sword out of the sheath. It just looks wicked. He just has that, was it regal, I guess, appearance? I don't know. It's just, it's that intimidation factor. Like, he's like the final boss you'd come across in a video game. Like, that is just sick. I love it. It's such a simple pose, but it looks beautiful. Loving this figure. Now, before posing him again, I wanted to show you guys, because I said I would show you how you can basically cleanly cut this guy out. So this has like a double layer. I'm going to try to get it to focus here. So there's like a double layer of cardboard on the bottom. If you have a sharp enough razor, you can thinly cut it between the two pieces. You just got to make sure the blade gets up further enough and you place it right, or else you can get some mangled stuff like I did. I didn't really care as much, but if you do it with a very sharp X-Acto blade, fit it up under there, nicely cut it, separating the two pieces of cardboard, you could put them back in and then add a little bit of tape like they did at the bottom, and you can pretty much put them back up on there and have a package that's still intact. Just, again, I mangled mine because I really didn't care, but I gave you the gist of how you could unpack these and repackage them. I got this big old figure balancing on one leg, doing a backwards kick, so you could really, have him fighting off other figures, taking a full kick to the gut or chest, and he's holding two swords. It is awesome. I really like this figure, and balancing and posing him is definitely fun. It's an awesome figure. I highly recommend picking it up, because plus you need him. You need him to fight Wolverine. You need him for your X-Men villain shelf. It is a awesome, beautiful figure. And that sums up my unboxing and review of Marvel Legends, the Uncanny X-Men Silver Samurai from the Marvel 80 Years wave. If you guys like what you saw, please hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new to my channel, as I'm going to be pumping out content as quickly as I can. And I want you guys to make sure you hit that bell notification, so maybe you guys can get alerts letting you know when I post a new video, because I don't know if you guys are aware when I post a video due to how YouTube works. Like, make sure you guys check out Toyco Toys and Collectibles. The website is down below. Also with a promo code that you can use to get free shipping, so you can have your collectibles delivered to your doorstep, and they show up nice and pristine and awesome condition, unless your mail delivery is awful and kicks it down a flight of stairs, but it's still packaged well enough that it still should be intact. And make sure you guys check out the Facebook groups. You got Toyco community, interact with your like-minded collector, especially if you're new to the collecting hobby. Jump in there, have fun, talk with us. And then you also get access to the pre-order group, which definitely takes a dump on any other pre-order group that I'm aware of, because Andrew prices his pre-orders to just poop all over the competition. Like, when you see his pre-order prices, it's like, why even deal with Big Bad Toy Store or Megalopolis or any of those, because he prices better, ships them super quick, and they get to your place nice and pristine. With other companies like Big Bad Toy Store, you got to pay to make sure your package is nice and crispy. Like, you pay extra for that. Get the out of here. So definitely check out Toyco Toys and Collectibles. And I want you guys to have the best luck hunting. Keep on collecting and have a beautiful day.